rugged wilderness of Alaska, JCat finds himself at an Air Force base nestled amid the snow-covered mountains. The icy winds bite at his face as he steps off the transport plane, his eyes scanning the horizon for his contact. He is here on a mission of critical importance, and he needs an ally who knows the terrain better than anyone. "Mr. Cat, I presume?" A voice calls out. JCat turns to see a young, handsome airman approaching. Airman Kaleb extends a hand. "Kaleb A at your service. I hear we're to be partners on this mission." JCat shakes his hand, feeling the strength and determination in Kaleb's grip. "Good to meet you, Kaleb. What's the situation?" Kaleb's expression turns serious. "We've got intel on a rogue group planning to sabotage the satellite launch. They're hiding out in an abandoned bunker deep in the mountains. It's heavily guarded and the terrain is treacherous. But with your experience and my knowledge of the area, we can stop them." The two set off in a rugged snowmobile, cutting through the frozen landscape. As they traverse the icy wilderness, a bond forms between them. JCat recognizes in Kaleb the same fire and determination he had when he was younger. They talk about their past missions, their motivations, and their shared love for adventure. Night falls, and they set up camp in a secluded spot. The fire crackles as they huddle close for warmth. Kaleb pulls out a flask, offering JCat a sip. "To new allies," he says with a smile. JCat takes a sip, feeling the warmth spread through him. "To new allies," he echoes. The next day, they reach the abandoned bunker. It's heavily guarded, just as Kaleb had warned. Using a combination of stealth and strategy, they take down the guards one by one, moving silently through the snow. Inside, they find the rogue group setting up explosives. Kaleb moves with the precision of a trained soldier, while JCat uses his cunning and experience to outwit their enemies. Together, they disable the explosives and capture the leader of the rogue group. As they secure the area, Kaleb turns to JCat with a grin. "We make a pretty good team, don't we?" JCat nods, a rare smile crossing his face. "We do indeed, Kaleb. We do indeed." The mission is a success, and the satellite launch goes off without a hitch. As JCat prepares to leave, Kaleb stands by his side. "If you ever need another partner, you know where to find me." JCat claps him on the shoulder. "I have a feeling we'll be seeing each other again, Kaleb. Until then, stay sharp." With a final handshake, JCat boards the plane, watching as the young airman fades into the snowy landscape. He knows that the future is bright with allies like Kaleb by his side. As the plane ascends into the Alaskan sky, JCat reflects on the bond he formed with Kaleb. There's something about the young airman that reminds him of his own early days in the field, an unquenchable thirst for adventure, a strong sense of duty, and an unwavering dedication to the mission. Back at the base, Kaleb watches the plane disappear into the horizon, a sense of pride swelling in his chest. Working alongside JCat had been an honor, and he learned a great deal from the seasoned operative. As he turns back to the base, he's approached by his commanding officer, Colonel Hartman. "Impressive work out there, Airman," the colonel says, his tone gruff but respectful. "JCat spoke highly of you. Said you have a lot of potential." Kaleb nods, feeling a rush of satisfaction. "Thank you, sir. It was an honor working with him." "Well, don't get too comfortable," Colonel Hartman continues. "We've got a new assignment for you. And this time, you might be flying solo." Meanwhile, JCat's journey takes him to Washington, D.C., where he's briefed on a new mission involving a high-stakes political scandal. As he navigates the murky waters of political intrigue, he finds himself longing for the simplicity of the Alaskan wilderness and the straightforward camaraderie he shared with Kaleb. A few weeks later, as JCat is deep into his investigation, he receives an encrypted message on his secure device. It's from Kaleb. "Need assistance. Urgent. Coordinates attached." Without hesitation, JCat deciphers the coordinates, realizing they're located in a remote part of the Amazon rainforest. It seems Kaleb's new assignment has taken a dangerous turn, and he needs backup. J-Cat's plane touches down on a makeshift airstrip in the heart of the Amazon. The humid air and dense foliage are a stark contrast to the icy landscapes of Alaska. He disembarks, his senses on high alert. Following the coordinates, he treks through the jungle, eventually arriving at a hidden camp. Kaleb is there, looking a bit worse for wear but still determined. J-Cat, I knew you'd come. J-Cat takes in the scene, an array of makeshift tents, sophisticated surveillance equipment, and several injured operatives. What's the situation? Kaleb explains that they stumbled upon a drug cartel's hidden base, far more fortified than they anticipated. They managed to gather crucial intel, but now they're trapped and need a way out. Looks like you could use some help, J-Cat says, a glint of humor in his eyes. Kaleb chuckles, despite the gravity of the situation. You could say that. Together, they devise a plan. Using Kaleb's knowledge of the terrain and J-Cat's tactical expertise, they execute a daring escape. They disable the cartel's communication systems, create diversions, and lead the team through the jungle under the cover of darkness. The journey is fraught with danger, booby traps, armed patrols, and the unforgiving environment. But with J-Cat and Kaleb working in sync, they manage to outsmart their pursuers at every turn. At one point, as they pause for a brief rest, Kaleb looks at J-Cat. You know, this isn't exactly the kind of solo mission I had in mind. J-Cat smirks. Sometimes, the best missions are the ones where you're not alone. As dawn breaks, they finally reach an extraction point. A helicopter swoops in, and they board it, leaving the dangers of the jungle behind. As they lift off, Kaleb turns to J-Cat. Thank you. I couldn't have done this without you. J-Cat nods. Anytime, Kaleb. We're a team now. Back in the States, J-Cat is debriefed on his involvement in Kaleb's mission. His superiors are impressed, and they suggest formalizing the partnership. Recognizing the potential, J-Cat agrees. Together, they form a specialized unit, ready to tackle the most challenging assignments. From the icy landscapes of Alaska to the dense jungles of the Amazon, J-Cat and Kaleb prove that they're an unstoppable duo. Their adventures take them to the farthest corners of the globe, facing danger, uncovering secrets, and forging a bond that's stronger than steel. As they prepare for their next mission, J-Cat looks at Kaleb. Ready for another adventure? Kaleb grins. Always. And with that, they set off, ready to face whatever the world throws their way, knowing that together, they can conquer anything.